Hey everybody, this is Crowland here. You may be surprised at my stunning appearance today, but I'm wearing a mask, as you guys can tell. But I'm here to do my review of Great Balls of Fire, the first ever one. Now, first up, my personal opinion is apparently it's like a greaser thing, a drive-in movie theater. It seemed super weird. But it was kind of a weird way to start. Our first match, we actually had a lot of stuff. We on the pre-show talking about a lot of stuff, which got really weird. Then we had the kickoff match. It was the Cruiserweight Championship match between Neville and Akira Tozawa with Titus O'Neil. What they're doing with Titus O'Neil is actually getting interesting. I'm actually getting interested in seeing his character here. I mean, like, he started with the Titus brand, now he's worldwide, now he's actually seeming like a face, which is interesting because they don't book him good as a heel. They don't book him good as a heel. I'm actually being honest with this. But Neville and Tozawa actually put on a good match. I'm not gonna wait like great. But Neville has done great things for the Cruiserweight division. I'm saying that right now. He's just done great things ever since January. Ever since he turned heel, he's been the face of the Cruiserweight division. Like TJP, Jack Gallagher, they're not being shown a lot. Austin Aries is gone, which is a big sad thing for the division. But I would give this match a B-. Yeah, Neville versus Cesaro wasn't as good as Aries versus Neville, but it was still a solid match. But the way it ended doesn't seem to satisfy the end of the feud. This feud is gonna continue, obviously, into SummerSlam, which is a good thing. They can put on a great match. But I'm not going to give this match an A. I feel like it would be like on the B ranking. But still, it was still a very solid match. Now, we're going to the main show. The Eater of Worlds versus Bray... Oh no, sorry. That's a fail. Bray Wyatt versus Seth Rollins. They fought a lot, but Wyatt won by cheating. He poked Rollins in the eye, or thumb to the eye, as people would say, and hit Sister Abigail. But I'm going to give this match a C. The build-up for it was underwhelming and missed a lot of things. So that's why this match kind of lacked electricity. They were great moves, but you do not have the emotion for something like this. And Wyatt just winning by poking Rollins in the eye does not seem interesting for his character, I'm being honest. It does not seem really good for his character. So this match gets a C to me. Next up was Enzo versus Big Cass. Yeah, this match wasn't long at all. Like, it was like one of the shorter matches. But Cass just destroyed Enzo and won with a big boot. So, but I'm gonna give this match a B for a few reasons. The package for the match was actually really good. Enzo showed off emotion in his promo. Cass looked like a monster. And even though this is definitely not gonna be anywhere close to match of the year, the way they did this worked out well, with Cass looking like a monster. So that gets a B. Next up, we have the Iron Man Tag Team match. The way this happened, Matt and Jeff talked about making history, and we came into gold. This was before the match. Once the bell rang, Sheamus he just got a pinfall right away against the Hardys. The heels took over, and then the heels got a 2-0 advantage. The Hardys came back with getting a 1 fall, and then Sheamus and Cesaro got their 3rd fall by a countout. After this, Matt took a lot of punishment from Sheamus and Cesaro, and then Jeff was able to charge in and through the heels and get a pin to move 2-3. And then later on, Matt hit Sheamus to get it 3-3. After a wild sequence of moves, Cesaro pinned Jeff Hardy to jump ahead, and then he ran around the ring to let the clock run out. This match is going to get an A. There was great near falls. A smart use of the Iron Man stipulation and this was a soul stealer. The baby faces making the comeback and trying to race against the clock made for great drama. Cesaro and Sheamus looked great here. They showed off their ability to work together. They also outlasted and outsmarted the Hardys. The loss, the shot into the ring post, and that cut that left him bloodied could all leave up to a good excuse for a reason to have Matt become broken again. Next up was the Wicked Witch of WWE, Alexa Bliss versus the Boss, Sasha Banks, for the title. Bliss tried to run away a bunch of times, but Sasha wouldn't let her. And then at one point, Banks started losing control, and Bliss just gained control. Sasha was able to later on lock into the Banks statement, but Bliss was able to grab the ropes and take a countout loss. And then Sasha just went on to destroy Bliss. I'm going to give this match a B. The countout finish was disappointing. It cut short on what was an excellent match. Bliss is continuing to improve, which is a good thing. She is one of the best heels on Raw. These two have great chemistry, and seeing them wrestle again is a good idea. This is going to get a B. Next up was The Miz versus Dean Ambrose for the Intercontinental Championship. As soon as the bell rang, Dallas and Axel got knocked out by Ambrose. Later on, Miz was able to take control due to the 3-on-1 advantage. Later on, Miz started focusing on Dean's left knee, which is smart. You want to do that. And Dean had to fight off Maurice and the Miz swords, but in the end, Miz hit the Skull Crush finale to win. I'm going to give this match a C. there's a lot of moves here, but there wasn't a lot of action. This feud has gone way past its peak. Ambrose today gave decent performances, but now him and Miz have to just move on past each other. This feud would go nowhere if they have another match. Trust me. Next up was Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman in the ambulance match. This match started off slow, and it ended with Strowman towering over Reigns because he's a monster. He pounded on Reigns' ribs. He threw him around the ring area. And he also used the ring post and steps to destroy Reigns even more. Strowman continued to beat around the big dog. And then they started wrestling around the open ambulance doors. After this, Strowman tries to power slam Reigns through the entrance ramp. Or the wall, I guess. Reigns counters it and sends Strowman flying into it. He tries to go for a spear, and then that sends him flying into the ambulance, allowing Strowman to win. After this, Reigns came back out, continued to fight. He put Strowman in the ambulance and drove into the parking lot. And he backs it up fast into a metal something, like a truck or something. This gets an A. There was a violent match and violent spots here. But the thing that they want you to tear for Reigns here. But he tried to kill Strowman pretty much. So what's the point in even having him do that? You don't want to tear for Reigns then. I don't want that excuse, oh, Strowman's or something like that. He's a heel. Reigns is supposed to be a baby face, so why would I tear for a guy that would kill a guy? Or try to? Next up was Heath Slater versus Kurt Hawkins. As the match started, they start talking about Reigns and Strowman. Then, like halfway through, the cameras cut to the backstage with the fire department trying to get Strowman out of the ambulance. And the match ended there. A bloodied Strowman crawled out of the ambulance, and while the officials tried to tend to his wounds, he hobbled away on his own. This match gets an F. There was no point in having that match. It was nothing. Yes, let's see them co-main event the pay-per-view pretty much, but it was only like a 2-minute match. It wasn't entertaining at all. Next up, and the main event was Lesnar versus Joe, and Lesnar's first title defense in almost 100 days. 99, to be precise. What's the point in giving Lesnar the championship if he doesn't defend it? Mahal's a better champion because he's defended it more than Lesnar. Joe attacked Lesnar for the match swing. And Lesnar started destroying Joe a little, but Joe grabbed the ref to do a low blow to Lesnar. After Joe kept on trying to put him in the Coquina clutch, Lesnar powered through that and hit an F5 to win. in around a 7-minute match. Even though it was short, I'll give this match a B. Joe looked really dangerous here, and he held more than some people could say against the Beast. He had the champion fighting, but this match wasn't as great as it could have been. It wasn't Goldberg vs. Lesnar short, but it wasn't close to creating the biggest drama it could. It felt like it was unfinished. It felt like something like an act or something in the first part, but never moves on to something else. But Joe can move on with this momentum, and Lesnar can now welcome a new challenger at SummerSlam. Either way, Great Balls of Fire was like a match where mostly heels won. So it seemed like a 1970s bad guy thing. Either way, I really hope Battleground actually has something interesting. I see you guys next time.